So, all right, AJT fam, we're gonna do a quick recap this morning, but I'm gonna give you a sneak peek at one of the supplemental presentations for this evolution of the trader's mindset, and it's because what we were talking about this morning, and the question was, are you trading not to lose? And it's a very, very valid question. But let's take it a step further. Are you trading not to make mistakes or to lose or not to lose? Or are you trading to maximize what the market is giving you and win? There is a difference between these two questions. Okay, you may think, trading not to make mistakes is trading to win. No, they're two different mindsets. Think about this. There's a reason why big upsets or big comebacks are possible in sports. Okay, it's because at some point, instead of playing to win, a team gets comfortable or scared to lose, and they decide to play not to lose. They decide to play really conservative and not take chances and all of this. And I'm telling you, it's not a good way to win. And if they happen to win, they're just surviving. And that mindset creates a cancer in the locker room. And so before you know it, the team is just playing to survive. And it really, hurts it. So the psychological difference between trading to win versus trading not to lose, it may seem trivial, but it's the mind shift that separates the winners from the losers. Now, every time I talk about this, every time I introduce this subject, I get backlash. And it's because most people, when they first start trading, are taught how not to lose. That's basically, it makes you feel better about getting into the trading industry. It makes you feel better about getting into a very risky industry when the first thing you learn is how not to lose. But again, that creates a cancer. And if it sets in, it's going to be very difficult for you to make that shift later on down the road. And that's what I deal with a lot of traders I work with. It's very difficult for them to make that shift. They're stuck in the risk versus reward mindset, which is, you do have to consider risk versus reward. But you don't want to you don't want to get so caught up in it that it limits you. And that's why I'm saying there's a different way of thinking about it. There's a different way of thinking about it. Everybody, a lot of traders that I've had to work with, they come, it's like, well, I made 10 R's. Okay, well, how much is that in money? It's 10 R's. Okay, I've never known an R to pay for shit. Nothing. So what you have to do is you have to figure out, are you playing a risk reward game to make pennies and not risk anything? Or are you trading the market to make and to get everything that it has to give you. And it's gonna be a risk involved. You can't eliminate the risk. If you try to define the risk out of trading, you will definitely lose. That's one of the big things that Mark Douglas preached a lot. But there is a definitive psychological difference between trading to win versus trading not to lose. And you've got to break out of that. And like I said, without you even thinking about it, most new and prospective traders start out learning how not to lose. Hell, I started that way. I started out that way, learning how not to lose. But fortunately, I caught it early enough, and I met the right people early enough to teach me that is the individual retail trader trap that you can't get caught in. Because once it sets in, it's very difficult for you to graduate out of that mindset. And that's all it is. It's a mindset. And again, I am not preaching against risk management. You gotta have risk management. But you have to have the right mismanagement and the right mindset in order to be able to execute it and make money in this industry. That's what this is all about. Alright, so there's a certain hunger that successful traders are characterized by. Okay, they aren't scared to lose because their primary focus is on what they desire, to be a profitable trader, to win. And they realize that trying not to lose is not gonna get them there. Alright, all they can imagine is winning. Losing isn't even considered, although they know that they will lose and that not all of their trades are going to work out. That's not their focus. Their focus is on trying to get everything out of that trade that they can get out of it. Because not every trade is going to reach your target. But if it reaches targets along the way, then you better be taking profit. And that's what they're focused on. Okay, your risk, you set your risk, that's not going to change. So why focus on it? Okay, your risk is not going to change. Focus on your profit targets. Because based on what the market's doing, that's going to change. Now, if in the case, in the process of you looking for your profit targets and you're focusing on that and your stop level changes, then you adjust to it. You adjust to that. Okay, but that's not your primary focus. As long as losing or not making a mistake or nothing negative, as long as that's not your focus, then you're in the right frame of mind. Okay, and it's their frame of mind that is what allows them to trade in such a way that maximizes their ability to perform and their potential to succeed. Okay, I have a lot of people that will send me a private message, thinking that I'm crazy for allowing a trade to go against me the way it goes against me. But the reality is, I know where the risk level is. I know when the chart tells me that a trade is not working. And that's the difference. Okay, just because it pulls back doesn't mean you bail out. And so, yeah, we get a lot of traders that were like, man, I traded the same thing you did, but I got stopped out and you made money. It's the mindset, guys. It is how you approach that trade. And that's what this trader mindset program is trying to teach you. All right, that's what it's trying to teach you. So when you're trading to win, you understand mistakes are made and all moves may not be successful. Okay, they understand, or you should understand, that it's just part of the process. So you know you're going to make mistakes. I know I'm going to make mistakes. I made a little mistake this morning. Okay, did I let that crush me? No, I fixed it. I looked at the chart. I looked at the process. I didn't, bail out because I didn't want to lose. I fixed it because I wanted to maximize whatever potential this has. That's the first look. Okay, and we know mistakes are part of the process. Losing trades are part of the process. So let's think about this. When you're trading not to lose, you're scared to make a mistake. All right, when you're trading not to lose, you're scared to make a mistake. So where's your focus? Your focus is not on winning. Your focus is on trying not to make a mistake. And then you're hoping that winning is going to be the result of this. All right, next, when you're trading to win, you're willing to take risks necessary in trading. Okay, we're willing to risk that dollar or that $1.50 to make a $4 or $5 move in the end. We are willing to do that. All right, but when you're caught wanting to risk a couple of cents to make a couple of cents, and you get really comfortable with that, you'll never get out of it. It will be so difficult for you to trade your way out of that mindset. So it has to be fixed quickly. Okay, and that's one of the things that we want to focus on going into 2024, is having that right mindset that's gonna, where you're not thinking about not making mistakes, and you're not thinking about trying not to lose. You're focusing on winning. What do I need to do to be successful? When you're trading not to lose, you play it safe with tight stops and trading your P&L, which means you get stopped out quite often and your P&L will suffer. And because you're trading it, you're not allowing it to do what it's going to do. Like, I don't look at my P&L to the end of the day. I don't care. I could be $2,000 down or I could be $2,000 up. Doesn't matter. My focus every day is to come in the market and try to get everything I can get out of it. If it's not working for me that day, if I seem to be out of sync and the market's not in the right phase, then hey, I'm going to stop trading. Because the market's not there. Not because my P&L tells me that, that's not it. I'm gonna focus on what the market is telling me. Alright. So when you're trading to win, you trade fearlessly and energized. When you're trading not to lose, you trade stiff and apprehensive because you're holding back. You're scared. Again, you're scared to lose. When you're trading to win, you trade aggressively and proactively. When you're trading not to lose, you actually trade more recklessly and reactively, meaning you're not sticking to your risk parameters, you're reacting to your P&L. You're reacting to ticks that are going against you because you don't want to lose. You're not understanding that, hey, this has to happen in order for it to work. All right. So trading not to lose is a preventative mindset. It activates your sense of fear. Okay, it makes losing more powerful than winning in your mind. And that can't happen in trading. I'm sorry. If you're going to be successful in trading and you're more scared to lose than win, and you make losing a more powerful entity in your mind, it's not going to be a fun career for you. Okay, trading to win is empowering. It's rooted in the belief that you can win. It gives you a fighting chance to rise to the occasion. That means when your trade is ticking against you, you're able to look at it objectively. You're able to look at the chart and say, hey, this trade is still right. The trend is still intact. This trade isn't dead. Okay, when you trade to win, you understand that you don't have to be perfect. You just need to do your job. Meaning, don't focus on being perfect, even though that's what you want. If you do your job, things are going to work out fine. If you do your job at the end of the month, you're going to make money. If you do your job, you're not worrying about perfection. You're focused on executing. And if you execute, what you seek is going to be what you find. Alright, that sense of familiarity quiets your fear, which allows you to trade without limitations. Okay? By trying to avoid the negative outcome instead of moving toward the positive result, the rest of your thoughts will be destructive. Instead of thinking, I'm looking for this trade to work out, when you trade not to lose, you'll be thinking, I hope I don't lose on this trade. And then that gets into the center of your mind, of your thoughts, and whatever decisions you make is going to be based on not losing. And again, not very smart. Okay, I know this isn't the popular mindset. I'm not here to be popular. I'm not here to get 1 million followers. I'm here to try to teach whoever wants to listen the right way. How to be successful. Okay, a lot of professional traders will not share things with you because the more people they have to deal with, the less chance they're going to make money. Think about it. Think about it. And a lot of this crap that people buy puts them on the wrong side, and it's on purpose. It's all on purpose. This is an ugly game. This is a very ugly industry. And the only way you make money is if somebody loses money. Okay? And you got to think about it. Every time I make money, there's somebody out there losing it. And if I have too many people on my side doing what I do, then my edge kind of goes away. It gets diluted every time that happens. So why do you think I have a small group? Why do you think I don't advertise and all of this stuff? I just post what I post. Think about it. But I know most people don't want to hear the truth, and that's fine. Just fine with me. All right. So let's look at our trade from this morning. Netflix. And here is 100%. what I'm talking about. Okay, we get in. And I catch it short. And it doesn't quite get to my first target. It bounces. Now, I could have gotten mad and taken this off and then turned around and tried to get back in it. But I said, no, let's trade like a trader. Now, technically, if you want to look at this, technically, once we close back above the opening range low, once this candle took out the high, that was a stop out, right? But the 9 is right there. You have got the 9 moving average, which is the trailing stop on these trades. So what you have to do is have your head on your shoulders enough to be able to look at this and say, hey, we're running into the 9 moving average, which is the trailing stop on this trade. Once it starts working, it's sitting right on top of where we would stop out. So let's see if it claims this, it's going to stop us out and we're done. Okay, this whole deal right here is using that mindset. Okay, if you're trading not to lose, guess what? This is going to take you out. It may take you out for a little loss, and then when you get in, it's going to limit your profit potential. So here we come down, we hit our first target, hit our second target. Here's a mistake I made. I was trying to put in my final target at 451, but instead of a buy order, I put in a sell order, which accidentally added to my position. Well, I could have bailed out, because look, I added to it and it started coming up a little bit. But I'm like, look, we're still in a downtrend. Let's just let's put what I added to my next profit target, and then we just work from there. And that's what we're doing. So now this thing is working out. Look, we traded sideways. How many of you are taught to take the trade off if it's consolidating like this? How many of you are taught that at the beginning of your career? Look, consolidation can mean it goes either way. It's more likely to continue in the trend, but it can reverse. But we don't anticipate. We wait, and we give the chart the room to tell us what's going on. This is what we're listening to. This is who we're listening to. We're listening to the chart. If we let our inner voices come in, that's destructive and it's going to cause us to make mistakes, then we don't want to do that. Right? So, am I preaching to the choir? Or do I have some more amens? But that's what this is about, guys. It's about developing the right mindset. And if you tried all 2023, all 2022, some people I work with have been trading 10 or 15 years, and they say I just couldn't get it. They were stuck on random. They were addicted to those random big wins that they were getting, and always thinking that, hey, the next time I'm going to be consistent getting these random big wins. And it doesn't happen if you don't change that mindset and allow the opportunity for you to realize more of these big wins. Okay, that's what this is all about. All right. So have I made my point? You guys understand where I was coming from when I said that? That, when I asked you if you're trading not to lose or if you're trading not to make mistakes. Yeah, our goal is to be perfect, but that's not the focus. The focus is doing our job. If we do our job, things will fall into place. Think about your coworkers that instead of focusing on their job, they're focusing on what they're not getting paid, or they're focusing on the fact that they are not making what they feel they should make, and how that hurts their job ability, their ability to do their job. How much is that hurting it? You know what I'm saying? You got to get past that. You got to get beyond that. All right, guys. So I preached enough today. I'm gonna let it go. But you guys understand where I'm coming from. And those of you that aren't a member, when you hear this on YouTube, you can get mad at it. You can dismiss it. But if you ever become a successful trader, your mindset will have to shift, and it will change. And it may do it subconsciously, but you'll realize that you can't focus on the negatives. You can't focus on what bad can happen, but your focus needs to be on executing and taking whatever the market's giving you when it's giving it to you. And if it doesn't, you pack up and move on to the next one. But time is running out to get ready for 2024. Time's running out. So if you want to be ready, you better come join us quick. That's all I can say. But it's lunchtime for me. I'm excited about that. And I will catch you guys on the flip side.